folks, how are we? Nice to have you on board. And well, g'day folks, how are you? Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Well, today has been an interesting day. What can I say? And we're trying our hardest to actually get this show on the road, but I'm letting you know that we're doing our utmost best. So here we go. Oh my God, what a day. So let me just bring a couple of things up quickly, and then I'm all yours. You have my full undivided, no, well, you always did have my full undivided attention. But anyway, g'day folks, welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Let me see who's in the chat right now. Joe, g'day Joe, how are you? And thank you for popping in on to Helping Hands for Cruising. G'day Daniel Jose, welcome aboard. Nice to have you here, buddy. And Facebook user, well, g'day buddy. Could only be one person calls me buddy, and that's got to be my mate Burjo. So welcome aboard, Burjo. Nice to have you here, buddy. And just a quick hello to say he's going to bed early. Mate, people need sleep, so you have an amazing sleep, and we'll catch you next time. Well, folks, interestingly enough, we've had some exciting stuff happen today. We've been talking to all the people that have been cruising. There have been those that have been cruising on, for example, Bill has been up and about. We've had Jimmy up and about doing his chat. So we're actually getting into the festivities now. So yeah, what's happening? Especially who start their day at 4 a.m. Do you do that every day, mate, or do you do that once in a while? Because there are some weeks where I'll actually start my day at 5, wake up at 5 a.m. and other days I'll wake up at 6, and if I'm lucky I can wake up at 7. Anyway, so let me just kill a couple things and then we can just... this has been a rush day. Well, let me explain. First of all, yes, Daniel was saying that he saw Darian on a cruise recently. I didn't even know he was thinking about it. Yeah, mate, he was on the non-group cruise. I think they were on the on the Celebration, and there was a bucket load of people on board that cruise. It was just amazing. We actually wish we could be there. Anyway, Joe's out. Take care, Sean, Daniel, and the entire Ducks Cream. Mate, thank you for popping in. Really appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time. Well, let me say this. We were... today was a busy day. Started off by me having a full classroom, which took a bit longer than usual, which was awesome. And then I got a phone call at about lunchtime to say Mum was going into hospital. So it put a bit of a downer on the day, and so what I ended up doing was, after work, I ended up going into the hospital to check up on Mum, and the good news was Mum was only in there temporarily getting some tests done, and after that I just brought her home, and she's fine. So it's been a mad rush for me to actually get there to get the stream set up. So it's not the way I'd like it. It doesn't have all the bits and pieces I'd like it to have. But you know what? We're up and doing a live stream, folks. So welcome aboard. Nice to see you here. And thank you for popping on board. So I thought I'd just give you a bit of a heads up. Yesterday I had some technical difficulties, which we overcame. And we ran a show as brief as it was. Today we had some time difficulties. But here we are. We're doing much better. Thank you, Daniel. That's I appreciate your thoughts. So anyway, let's have a look at what's cooking. Well, folks, in case you hadn't noticed, there's a cruising fever going on, and there's a bucket load of people who are currently doing some weird and wonderful cruises. I mean, Kenny goes on his cruise in 9 days. And then we've got that Christmas and then New Year's. And then Amy takes Roxanne on a cruise on the 21st of October 2024. They go on the Carnival Breeze and they're headed to out of Galveston, and they're headed to a couple of places, Progresso and Cozumel, and then back to Galveston. And I think that's going to be an amazing cruise. And I want to just say there are a bucket load of people jumping on that cruise right now. I happen to know that Michael Ann will be going on that cruise. That Sharon and Gary are looking at that cruise. In fact, there's a bucket load of people looking at that cruise. Even Meg and Sir Paul, I believe, are looking at that cruise as an opportunity to go and have some fun. So there we go. Daniel is saying that he's so excited to take his first cruise of all places down under. Hope it won't be my last, mate. If you're on our cruise, you know for a fact, 150%, it will not be your last. You're going to have an absolute ball. We're just going to have fun. And that's really what cruising is all about, you know. I would say that 99.9% recurring, get on board a cruise ship and go, man, I'm hooked. Because if you think about it, you jump on a cruise ship, you unpack your bag, and you are just set to relax for the next 5, 7, 10, 14, 18, 20 days. And I reckon that's just absolutely amazing. Now, I know for a fact that Travelling Czechs will be down under, and they'll be taking the repositioning cruise on the Luminosa. That'll go from Brisbane, which is up north here. They're going from Brisbane all the way to Seattle, and then I believe Alaska. So, you know, cruising's there to have fun. So go ahead, have fun, enjoy. Yeah, please enjoy. All right. So I've got a bit of a heads up on the cruise that we're going to be doing. So let me do this. Let me just jump into here and let me bring this up, because I think you guys are going to absolutely love what we've got set up. So let's get this up and across, add it to the scene, bring it across, and let's just get it going. Well, there we go, folks. That's the group cruise that we're going to be going on. And, hey, what am I going to say to you? You need to enjoy. You need to go there, have some fun, and really... Well, okay, Daniel, let me say this. You heard that you don't feel like you're on a ship. It's totally a fun time during the cruise. Mate, okay, if you're talking about the sway up and down and sideways, yes, you are right. You generally don't feel like you're on a cruise ship. You're totally having fun during the cruise time. But if you are in a cabin and you're overlooking the side of the ship, man, you know you are on a cruise ship, because that water just goes by, and it is just absolutely amazing. And the best part about it all is when you do go to another port, you can disembark and visit those places. It's absolutely awesome. And let me just say that when you actually get on board a cruise ship, folks, let me say, the best part of it is this. It's one payment. You get on board the cruise, you feed your face, you go from place to place, you get entertained, you then go and see this different country, and it's just an absolute ball. Well, the ship behind us, that's the Celebrity Edge. That's going to be leaving out of Sydney on the 2nd of January, and we are going to be having the most incredible fun time. We're going to be sailing from Sydney from underneath the Sydney Harbour Bridge or next to it. We're going to be sailing out through the heads to New Caledonia, followed by Vanuatu and then Fiji, and then headed back to Sydney. It's going to be a 15-day cruise. 2.5 days to sail there at sea, go to the ports, a day around, and then 2.5 days back at the end. Well, and that makes it an amazing time. You know, the key thing is this: you get on board this ship and you have an opportunity to meet people you've never met before in your life. Talk to a bucket load of people and see where they've come from and where they headed. You can also talk to the staff, the crew, and find out where they came from and how long they're away from home and why they do this. And a lot of them, it's a passion. It's a real passion. You've got to have a certain mindset to work on one of these cruise ships. But the best part about it is, when they do have their mindset, these people are having an absolute ball. They're having a great deal of fun. What more can I say? What more can I say? It's just unbelievable. So, those that are on a cruise right now, we've got Bill, we've got Greg and Felicia from SCT Travel. We've got Kurt and I always forget her name. Not Melissa. Kurt and it'll come to me. From CME. We've got Rob from Cruising on the High Seas is on the cruise ship. Jimmy and his lovely wife Colleen from The Astute Tourist is on the same cruise. We've got the Naughty Cruisers, Josh and Chastity from Moonlight Adventures. There are a bucket load of people that are just starting to cruise now, and there were a bucket load of people who were cruising before. Naughty Nurse Nancy and her hubby Anthony from Naughty Nurse Nancy. They had Dewey from Dewey's Travels was on there. We've got or Dewey's Adventures, whatever he calls himself. He changes his mind 3 times a week and twice on Sundays, but that's cool. Dewey was on there. There was Raphael from Vsauce Travel. There was Darian from Magnificent Germany with Darian. There was there were a bucket load of people, and if the names escape me, I apologise. But there were the Q's Cruisers that were there. D&G Explorers were on there. There was oh my goodness me, a bucket load of people, and names seem to just escape my mind, but I can see the faces. I can tell you that they all had an amazing ball, all an amazing time, and that's the fun of cruising. Daniel is saying he also heard that once you get that first cruise under your belt, it's like fever, you cannot get enough of it. Mate, you couldn't be further from the truth, right? Here's the truth. The fact is, get on board that cruise ship and your life you give your life over to the crew and you just have an amazing time. Look, we want that the crew should be treated with respect because these people work damn hard for their money. But at the end of the day, you get on board that cruise ship and you just have a ball. You feel like a swim, go for a swim. You feel like having breakfast in bed, go ahead, have breakfast in bed. Have breakfast on your balcony, go ahead. You feel like, you want to have a drink, a midnight snack, go ahead, get pizza. Oh, whatever it is you want. It's, you just do as you please. It's your vacation and you have an absolute ball. Once you get on your first cruise, I can tell you now, anybody who's done one cruise cannot give it up. I can tell you for a fact, Kenny's doing his next cruise, his second cruise in 9 days. James Catanese is going on his next cruise with his wife Cindy. I'm not sure when that's going to happen. We've got Scott and Amber Hicks have booked their next cruise. So, don't be afraid. Just jump on board. Get on board a cruise and have some fun. It will be fun, let me tell you. You will be doing things that you absolutely love and absolutely enjoy. So, and you'll get to try new foods, new places, new cultures. What more can we say, It is fun. It is the best that you can ever have. So jump on board. So we will be doing the Celebrity Edge in exactly 428 days. If you're so disposed, in 591 days, Bruce from Ocean to Ocean is taking a bucket load of people from Seattle to Alaska on the 15th of June on the Norwegian Encore, I believe. That's going to be an amazing cruise. So, for us, it's a bucket list. For some people, man, it's around the corner, so you go there every day, right? Just go and have some fun. Go and enjoy. Then we've got the rock and roll cruise. We're still looking at a cruise ship at this particular point, but the time zone is set in concrete. So we're looking at just after Thanksgiving is when we're actually hoping that we can actually get onto a cruise ship. So more info to come, but the good news is don't put it aside. The rock and roll group cruise is going ahead and we're looking to get a bucket load of people. Bucket load. If we can get 1,000 cabins sold, we'd be over the moon. Over the moon, let me say. So, what else can we talk about? Cruising down under. Tell you what ships are happening out of here. So we're looking at just looking at the New South Wales port schedule, and it's telling me that well, it will tell me in a minute. It's telling me that the Disney Wonder came into Sydney today and left. It's got passengers on board. Tomorrow, the Royal Princess will come on board, come in and dock at the Overseas Passenger Terminal. Then the Ovation of the Seas will come in on Friday. The Majestic will come in on Saturday, and the Pacific Adventure also on Saturday, but Pacific Adventure will go to White Bay, as well as the Carnival Splendor will be in on Sunday. So those are what's coming in up until the weekend at the Sydney ports. In Melbourne, just get the Melbourne ports up, and Melbourne port, the main Melbourne port is Station Pier. So what have we got happening? We have coming in on Friday, we have the Disney Wonder. It will be back in on Sunday. And Monday, the Pacific Adventure. Tuesday, Carnival Splendor. And then on Thursday the 9th will be the Wonder. Saturday the 11th will be the Grand Princess. If you've sailed on the Grand Princess, you will know that's an amazing ship to sail on, and we had a lot of fun on there. In Brisbane, good old Brizzy, the ships that we've got happening in Brizzy. Let me just get to the right one. Okay, so the first ship that's going to be coming into Brizzy will be on Thursday, which will be the Carnival Luminosa. And then on Friday will be the Pacific Encounter. And then the Quantum of the Seas on Saturday. And then the Luminosa back in on Sunday. Grand Princess on Wednesday, the 8th. And the Nordam on Tuesday, Thursday the 9th. So there's quite a few ships coming in. We're starting our season, and we're certainly looking at having a bucket load of fun. Bidet Nick, how you going, buddy? Mate, how many days? Have we made it to 190 days yet? I know we were at 199 when we last spoke, but is it 190 yet? Anyway, let's move on. So, as you can see, cruising is certainly hotting up on our side of the waterways, and so that's going to be really exciting. We're definitely looking forward to jumping on cruises now. Newer ships popping into Melbourne at a later stage will be, I believe, towards the end of November. We've got we're going to be looking at the Virgin, the Resilient Lady, the Virgin Cruising Group. The Resilient Lady will be porting here at Melbourne, so there'll be a lot of fun, having a lot of fun. All right, Nick's got an email from Journeys Beyond, which is the group that do the Indian Pacific, and they've discontinued the morning breakfast in Rawlings on the side of the tracks on the Indian Pacific eastbound. Oh, why's that? Hopefully I'll still have a meal trackside on the GAN. Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will. But hey, did they say why? Why they've changed their plans, itinerary, whatever? Yes, they will have. I'm pretty sure. You will get a meal trackside. Hey, even if you get it on the train itself, who cares? Yeah, it's fun. You're gonna have fun. East side, so that's headed towards Sydney. Or maybe they can't. I don't know. I'm confused. Maybe it's too difficult for them to get things up and organised. I don't know. Sorry. Yeah, they changed it because of track congestion and wanting to make sure there was plenty of time to ensure people can do the after-train excursions in Adelaide. Well, that makes sense. Track congestion. Well, you do have the Indian Pacific coming through, and then that same track is used for freight. So there we go. I can understand that. Yep, I can understand that. There's a lot of things happening there. So anyway, at the end of the day, you're going to be down under. You're going to be having an absolute ball, and you're going to be going from one end of the country to the other, and you're going to be seeing bucket loads more than most people would see. And I can tell you, the Outback is an interesting place to see. So, good on you. Have some fun. Enjoy. You're definitely going to be seeing things and doing things. So, there we go. So what is next, folks? Daniel's doing a cruise, which is awesome. Nick is doing a train trip. Joe is doing a bus trip. Who else is in the chat? Burjo is just travelling anywhere he likes. And hopefully Burjo will be joining us on our cruise as well. So that will be awesome. Burjo lives in Newcastle, so he's a New South Welshman. So hopefully he can be on board the ship as well. Nick is saying he'll be seeing more of Australia in one trip than he's sure most Australians see in their lifetime. And mate, you are not wrong, because most Australians don't get to see the sort of things that you're going to see. You just have an absolute ball. It's just an amazing opportunity to see the country. So yeah. Why the sad trumpet? Because the people don't get the opportunity to see the things that you want to see. So yeah, at the end of the day, let's just get people on board. Let's get people cruising. Let's show them the world, because you know what? The world is a beautiful place. If only those that are creating their issues around the world can understand that. It is a beautiful place, and people are amazing. You know, so there we go. Let's get everybody happy. Let's get them all giving each other a big kiss. Yup. It's all part of the fun. So, what else can I tell you? The ships are getting bigger. The icon of the seas is coming out fairly shortly, I believe. G'day, James. Welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you here. I was just talking about you not too long ago. Nick is saying he filled out his paperwork at work yesterday for getting the time off next year. It's not due for a couple more weeks yet, but he sat down yesterday and filled it out. So stoked to turn it in. Mate, you know what? The good news is, when you come down, you'll go, this was all worth it. All worth the pain of getting the overtime, all worth the pain of fighting for that time off. And yep, you will have an absolute ball coming down under. Too bad you're not going to be cruising with us when you're down, but hey, you'll be getting to spend some quality time with us. So that'll be awesome. Absolutely amazing. James, I believe you've got a cruise coming up fairly shortly. Am I right or am I wrong? Are you still doing it or what? Nick is saying it will be all worth being on a plane for 15 hours both ways across the Pacific. Hey mate, we did it. Look, there's nothing wrong with me. No, I'm joking. I'm just stirring. There is nothing wrong with us. I mean, we did the flight both ways. We enjoyed our time in the U.S. and hopefully we'll get to do it again soon. So, you know, let's see how we go. But at the end of the day, it's going to be an amazing time. You're going to see the world in a different light. You're going to see something that most Americans never see. This awesome country that we call home and that we love. G'day Stream Elements. Stream Elements is saying, welcome to Hump Day with the Down Under Cruisers. Please support our channel so that we can support Helping Hands for Cruising. And that's a very relevant fact, because we want to support Helping Hands, and we want to make sure that we can get more people just like James and Cindy, just like Kenny, just like Scott and Amber, and just like Roxanne, who will be going on Amy's group cruise. That will be absolutely amazing, because I know some of the people are going. Now the interesting thing about Amy's group cruise is that it will be 2 years to the day. Well, Amy's cruise will be sailing out when the inaugural Helping Hands for Cruising group cruise was coming back into Miami. Amy's cruise will be sailing out of Galveston. So there we go. Few interesting times happening and a few exciting things. So yeah. Oh man, let's think. What would be the best memory of us being on a cruise? Well, for me, the best memory of us being on a cruise was being able to take Mum and Dad on their very first group cruise, or very first cruise for that matter, when we took them last, what was it? This March. This March we took them. And it was a 3-day cruise. We had fun. We went from Melbourne to Sydney on the Grand Princess, and it was exciting because that was Mum and Dad's first time on a cruise ship. So, you know, what can I say? It's exciting stuff. It was a memory that they've had. Hopefully we can get them on another one if we can. If not, so be it. But at the end of the day, folks, it is an awesome way of changing lives. You know, people get to do what they want to do on a cruise ship when they want to do it. And you can make new friends, and you can build lots of acquaintances, and people can be different and they can be the same, and you learn all about different people. So there we go. What can I say? Just get yourself involved in meeting up with people and having a good time. You know, the key thing is when you get on board a cruise ship and you're mixing with people who we meet on this medium, but you actually meet them face to face, man, that has a totally different atmosphere. I mean, for example, when we met Donovan and we met John and Nancy, and Donovan and Jody, John and Nancy, when we met Raphael, when we met us and more, we met up with Blaine and his lovely wife Mallory, with Sharon and Gary, with Danny Griswold. We met Kenny, we met Dewey, we met Larry from Plum Travellers. Would have loved to have met Larry's wife Ananda as well, but he didn't bring her along, so it was Larry. There were, Crystal, I keep forgetting Crystal. We met Crystal, we met, oh my goodness me, a whole host of people, and it was a lot of fun. And Matt and Kimbra, of course, from Fantastic Cruising. I mean, there were a bucket load of people there. V and her hubby Steve. In fact, there was this Rabbi Sach Schmimmelhauser. He was actually quite a character, and he was actually involved. If you go back down through the Down Under cruises, you'll see there's a video of Rabbi Yossel Sach Schmimmelhauser actually doing the vow renewal of V and her hubby Steve. And it was actually very exciting, fantastic. There was a lot of interesting things going on, a lot of changes. So we had a ball. People had a ball, people had fun. And that's what happens on a cruise. You just go on, you have fun, you meet people, and you have a drink together, you have a meal together, you go and play together. It's all fun. By play, I mean enjoying the ship and enjoying the facilities on board the ship. I don't mean anything else. So please do not read anything else into what I've just said. You've got to be so careful with what you say. So careful, because you never know. You might have somebody like Nick who has a filthy, dirty mind and comes up with a negative statement, and then you're in trouble. I don't want to be in trouble. Let's just have some fun. So, yes, so what I'm saying is, please, avail yourself of the opportunity of getting on board a cruise ship, coming down and joining us, and just seeing what it's like, you know? Seeing what it's like. It's awesome. That's all I can say. It's awesome. And when it's awesome, it's amazingly awesome. especially when you get to see people that all you can see is this part of them, right? But no, you get to, it's funny, like when we landed in the US and we saw Matt and Kimbra there, I looked at Kimbra and I looked at Matt and I went, you guys actually have legs, because all we're used to seeing is from the waist up. So yeah, what can I say? I mean, when we go on the rock and roll cruise, if we are lucky enough to get on it, because we will have to ship across the world to get there. And when we go on that rock and roll group cruise, we will, please God, meet up with most of you guys. So there we go. There is about 192 days. About, or are you certain? Okay, let's have a look. There is about 192 days left. Not sure on his exact timing, because he needs to work a few more holidays there so he can save his holiday pay for regular time off, so he can leave as early as possible. Mate, you just need to get your butt down here any which way you can. And you don't need to be travelling first class. Business maybe, but not first. Well then again, why not? Nick is saying he's hoping to fly to New York City to spend 2 nights there before he takes a train from New York all the way to Montreal. Okay. New York to Montreal. Is that the only train, or could you get a train from where you are? Hey, there's an idea. Catch the train from where you are. Catch the train to New York, then from New York up to Montreal. Or is that... Well, that's what you said. Oh, no. No, you said you're flying. Flying to New York City. There we go. Well, that'll be a good flight. But knowing you'd like to catch the train. So why don't you catch the train? What's the difference in price between training it from home to New York City versus flying to New York City? And do you have to worry about your car too? Okay. Oh, and Nick, let me help you out here. Let me just help you out, mate. I know that. Excuse me. I know that you want to get on board that cruise ship. So I mean that plane to come down under, and you want to have some extra dollars down here. But let me see if I can help you out here. No, it's further down. Let me see. Hang on a sec. Here we go. Let me help you out here. There we go. Does that help you at all, Nick? James is saying it's worth to go on a cruise. He's hooked. Please help send someone on a cruise. Thank you, James. I really appreciate that. Oh, yes, this lovely lady over here, Najuma. Welcome aboard, Najuma. We were just talking about, it's been a year. Can you believe it? It's been a year since we met, and since we had gone on the group cruise, the Helping Hands for Cruising group cruise. But then again, you guys all know that we've got Roxanne on our next cruise with Amy, going from Galveston through to Cozumel and Prosecco, back to excuse me, back to Galveston. So it's a 5-day cruise, I believe. Nick is saying he could catch a train from Minnesota, but it would take too much time, and he already has the flight credits with Delta Airlines he needs to burn. So he's thinking of flying on that one to New York. Hey, question. Could you use any of your flights, your points down under? Would that be a possibility? Or are you already doing that? Nick is going airport. His car will be fine, leaving it with family here in Minnesota, not paying to park. Well, that's cool. Minnesota. Now tell me, Nick, do they make lots of Sprite and Fanta and Coke in Minnesota? Sorry, bad joke. Bad joke. I will behave, I promise. Yes, Najuma, I will behave, I promise. Hey, Najuma, are you going on another cruise soon? Are you going to join people on another cruise? I know James. James, you had one organised, haven't you? You're hooked, you said. When are you and Cindy going? Soon, I hope. All right. So, Nick's headed down south. Actually, he's headed north to come back down south. Okay, so let's have a look at some other cruises that are going on. So right now the booze cruise, as in BOOS, not BOOZE. Oh, sorry, for you people across the pond, BOOZE. We pronounce it as Z. September 24 with Plum Travellers. Najuma, where's that cruise going? November 24 out of Tampa. OMG, James, what ship and where? Same with you, Najuma, what ship and where? That'll be awesome. Mate, I'm really glad that you're going on that one. Who are you going with, do you know? Well, g'day, Mr. Holiday Person, Mr. Vacationer. Ross, welcome aboard. Did you have a good night's sleep? I hope you did. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. We're talking about people having their cruises up and running. Najuma says she's travelling on September 24, and James is saying he's out on November 24. Nick is saying the day is set firm when he flies to Australia. That's 204 days from now. When I get to Vancouver Airport to fly down to Brizzy. Hey, Nick, when do you hit Melbourne? Just give us a heads up. When do you hit Melbourne? And Ross is saying yes. Okay. Which question did I ask? Because I asked a bucket load of questions. Yes. Okay. James, you're on the Paradise week of the 14th. Now, where's that one going? Is that West Caribbean or South Caribbean or East Caribbean? Where's it headed? That looks like a nice ship. Oh, you did get good sleep. Yes. Oh, awesome. I'm so glad you did. Did Donna? That's the next question. James is saying g'day to Ross. Like I say, that's the next question. Did Donna? I know Coco got plenty of good sleep. So Nick is saying that he'll hit Melbourne on June the 14th. Awesome. I will put that in my countdown calendar, so then that way I know what's going on. G'day, James. Let me do this now while we speak before I get... No, actually, June 14th. I'll remember that. Nick, I'll send you guys messages on WhatsApp during my adventures across Australia before I get to Melbourne. Awesome. That'll be great. Oh, Donna's still snoozing. Tell me, who snoozes better, Coco or Donna? And who snoozes louder? That's all I'm going to say. Western Caribbean. Oh, that's awesome. Nice. So you're going to take in places like Cozumel, Vanuatu, Puerto Vallarta, and all of those. Is that right? Do you know what the ports are? Both and both. That's very diplomatic of you. very diplomatic. There is a joke I could say, but I won't. Not in present company, because I know that Najuma will jump up and down. You know, Najuma is a prude. Sorry about that, folks. My computer decided it didn't like my aftershave. Okay, so let me go back down to the bottom of the chat here, because I saw. Oh, there we go. James, it's his birthday party turn. Mate, you turned 70. Well, I never thought you'd be a 70-year-old. I thought you'd be, I thought you'd be much younger than that. You know, at least in your 60s. Okay, Ross is saying, but Donna has a CPAP. Okay, so do I. And I don't snore, I can tell you now. Ask Ilana. I only snore without it on. So Najuma's going to San Juan, Amber Cove, Grand Turk. Hey, you get into Amber Cove, Najuma, you got feelings of deja vu, right? But I tell you what, you're going to have an absolute ball. Time with Larry is going to be fun. You guys had fun on board the cruise ship. You get to spend time with Ananda. That's going to be awesome too. She's a cool lady, Ananda. Yeah, have fun. Have fun. Lots of fun. Now, like I said, James, you're not old enough to be 70, so don't start telling me fibs. So your cruise is going western. So what are the ports that you're going to on your cruise ship? We know where an Najuma is going, but where are you going? Awesome. Tell Donna prayers. Yep. Ross is saying deja vu for us Listexic folks. Yep, that's right. Deja vu for the Listexic. Thank you, James from Ross. Yeah, it's all exciting times. Now that I would say, and I don't know if you guys would agree with me, but I would say that we're now back to normal. We're learning to live with all the negative stuff that's happening out there, and so we're back to normal. Hopefully we can get the whole world to be back to normal, and none of this negative news that's coming across from the Middle East and from Eastern Europe. We need peace is really what I'm trying to get at. Najuma's having a peaceful time on the Carnival Magic. Let me just say, Najuma, that's going to be magic. Hey, do you know who the CD is? Will you know who the CD is? You know what the CD is? The cruise director. Will you have any idea who that might be? I don't think you're going to get Cookie again, because I think he's now on the Celebration, and so that's where he's stuck. Which is great, because he's a good, cool dude. All we want to do is hope that we get to see lots of cool dudes on board the ship. Lots of fun in the sun, lots of people to see, all that sort of stuff. Stream Elements is saying, Helping Hands for Cruising would like to thank you for your donations. So folks, please continue to give. Right now I've got a QR code up there for donations in the Australian dollar. What I'm going to ask you to do is, for those of you that are across the pond, jump onto the Helping Hands for Cruising website, which is Helping Hands, the number 4, so helpinghands4cruising.org, and when you jump in there, you will get to see the USD QR code. It's a circular QR code. Go in there, use that QR code, and it will let you donate in USD, which is what we want. Lots and lots and lots. Because right now we have a 501c3, so we're looking for ideas to get some fundraising happening. We want to get more than just 1 or 2 people on board a cruise ship. We want to get to a point where, if we're lucky enough, we can actually charter a cruise ship and put 5, 10, 15, 20 people on board. That would be absolutely exciting. Can you imagine being part of a group cruise where at least 10% of the people that are going on that cruise are actually recipients? I mean, that blows my brains. 10%. That blows my brains. That's amazing. Anyway, it's ours yet to dream and think and hope for. What I'm going to say, folks, is we're heading up into close to the hour. We're 8 minutes away from the hour. For those that are on the stream, thank you very much for popping in. As I said today, earlier on, we had a very disorganized start, purely because I had taken Mum, I had gone to see Mum in hospital, and she was released from hospital, so I picked her up and took her home, and it ate into a bit of time, so I didn't have all the time to prepare and get everything organized for the stream. But you know what? I had to come on out, talk to you guys, because I know that you guys are excited to talk about cruising, and you guys want to know about our life and be part of our life. So I appreciate that. Ilana appreciates that. And we just want you guys to continue to do so, be a part of our lives. So, because the truth of the matter is, and I know some people will say, that's really sad, but truth of the matter is, you guys are some of our best friends. We like spending time with you, we like learning with you, we like traveling with you, because we know that when we travel together, we'll get to learn each other, we'll get to know each other, and, you know, get to trust each other. Thinking about Mum and hope prayers for speedy recovery. Thank you, mate. Well, she must have been feeling really good because she started to disobey every instruction I had, which was good. James, thank you. Have a great day, everyone. Prayers, Sean. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Well, folks, I'm going to pull the pin, call it quits, focus on a couple of other things. And yes, I do need to get to bed early. So what I'm going to do, folks, is head out and say thank you very much. We will see you 10 p.m. on Friday night for those across the pond, which will be 1 p.m. Melbourne time. We know that that will be the last time that we will be on at 1 p.m. our time, because you guys are losing daylight saving this weekend. So it will change our structure a little bit. Anyway, folks, have an awesome day. We'll catch you later, and keep on smiling. Bye.